Alright, how do I begin? When the rope I walk on is thin, and I'm questioning what life really gives besides pain. So now I just pray for a better life for my kids, because I can't have it. Apologies, force of habit. People say I should be more grateful, but when you're trapped in your mind and the walls are closing in, I guess it's harder to forget that there's nobody to relate to. I had dreams as a child, growing up in the ends around man that never understood where dreaming could take you. So the man gained stripes by queuing up to shot solids round these flats, but just know that they ain't playing 8-ball, and I'm just so different. Eyes beaming with visions, I wish my people would listen. I think I might need a cape too, cause even if I'm screaming ambition in their ears, they ain't thinking of what's on the plate, cause these are big stakes too. I see man crumble under pressure, that's what stakes do. And you can either fall or rise above it, but certain man I know are too adamant or stubborn to understand I prioritize a life for my mother. All them nights I seen her suffer, she was praying for a change too. Sustaining 3 kids in debt, had to make do. And it's ironic how the person with the most on a plate usually had the least on a plate too. Never had no stable earnings, trying to get these tables turning. I was in the basement working, never allowed my pain to surface. Now I'm in the booth, letting off, trying to make it worth it. Floating in and out of states where I should try explain my purpose. Uncontrollable emotions, questioning if I deserve it. Suicidal thoughts beyond anything you've ever heard of. Fighting for the will to live, that's something I'm still in search of. Depression done turned me to a different person. Mommy needs a crib that I'ma build, and that's fully furnished. I grew up in the field where them dealers in their hoodies lurking. I'm trying to make a scheme for all them to escape, and that's fully worth it. Sometimes I think I got it bad, but it could be worse. And sometimes I think that it's all mad, and I feel deserted, walking down that tunnel where I never had no friends to turn to. How do I express why my emotions feel so adverse to, while still coming across with a degree of virtue? Maybe I shouldn't. Like when I got my chance I took it, and now that I got this far I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. When you read between the lines too much you don't get the bookings, cause you ain't really working as hard as you know you could've. And when I was so under the weather they overlooked me, and see my life ain't been so stellar like how it should be. And when I feel my thoughts drifting away they overtook me. When I'm feeling like I'm kinda asthmatic I wish I could breathe, but I can't though. Music's my business, my therapy, my existence, my enemy. I feel I can't make it out. No matter how loud I scream they just won't hear the sound. And it's funny, music is therapeutic, but the therapy is to fix what music placed me in when I was still a child. Trauma, conflicted by how I filled the bath yet drowned in that water. It's crazy all the demons I done thought of. Really, God done put life in his hands and yet the thought lingers. How do I describe what's inscribed in a man? When God described me as a scribe I was still scribbling lines in a pad. An opportunity, I know man them are still dying for that, and now I carry the weight of a city's lives on my back. Pressure, that's pressure to deliver, it makes me shiver. I might need a midwife in the back, whilst the kids my age were busy swiping the gram. I was buying watches, trying to get used to all that time on my hands. That's depression. That's when it's hard to count your blessings and you're stressing, cause in your mind it's just way too much pressure onto my brethren. That's when you're the smartest in the class, that's A stars, but can still never really find the words to express it. I think that I'm destined to a lifestyle of oppression, cause that same mind I'm blessed with turned out to be a weapon. And for reference, the only reason that I'm still repping is cause God sent me a guardian angel, divine intervention. I've been independent, don't need ice or no pendants. This a lifetime sentence, I need clarity of self. And I always had a dream of having charities as well, cause there's places that I know where the disparity is hell. My teacher said take that energy, put it back into the world. So I became a tutor for kids that couldn't access all the wealth. I was mentoring students while still balancing my health. Like I wanna save lives but I actually need help. If I give a man a fish and I feed him for a day, if I teach a man to fish and I'ma feed him for a lifetime. In hindsight I shouldn't have really wanted all the bright lights, the money or the nice rides. There's so much riding on this, but at times you know you had that passion and you lost it. Clouded by thoughts of both assistants and the prophets, and you don't know which one's actually honest, so you spend your life living in conflict. Real talk.